Welcome to today's video. Today I am going to be talking to you guys about if or can journaling lead the way to body positivity. So if you guys are watching live with me this morning, please say hello. And then if you're watching on the replay, just hashtag replay and then I'll come back on later and say hi to you then. So just couple little housekeeping things before we get started. If you are watching this on Facebook this morning, I would encourage you to head on over to YouTube when this video is done and hit the subscribe button and the bell to receive notifications for each time that I come live. And on my channel, you will find over 200 videos really to do with body positivity, self-love at any size, and just learning to accept and respect your body through a whole bunch of different methods that I like to call my self-love at any size method. So if this sounds interesting to you in your personal growth and your self-love journey, be sure to head on over to the link in the description of the video and join us over there too. And then if you are not in this community already, I have a group called Self-Love at Any Size, Accept and Respect Your Body. So this is a group that really goes by the same lines of my self-love at any size method. We just empower women to, within this space, we empower women to, accept and respect their bodies through through my proven method that really disrupts diet culture and allows women to find that acceptance and respect for their body, even if they thought weight loss was the answer to their happiness. So if you need a little bit of love and empowerment, then join us over there in that community. So let's get into it, you guys. So journaling has been a really important part of my self-love journey. I'm just going to bring up my video here to make sure I can see you guys. So when we're talking about journaling has been a big, like I've already said, journaling has been a big part of my journey to self-love and self-acceptance and self-respect. So I think people don't realize the power of journaling, and often people get journaling mixed up with like Dear Diary. Not to say there's anything wrong with that, but as you as you evolve and grow and all that stuff, you really come to journaling for a place to really just improve yourself and work through emotions and sorry, my voice. And stuff like that. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about how journaling can lead the way to body positivity. So first of all, there's been a lot of research done on this. So a study published in the Psychology of Women Quarterly suggests that writing a self-compassion journal could be the way to go. So during this research, these women were asked to keep journals by completing exercises related to body satisfaction. The results showed that those who positively wrote about their bodies actually ended up having a better body image than those who wrote about other topics. So research suggests that body positive writing activities could be a form of alternate therapy for women struggling with those issues of self-esteem and body image issues. So of course there's professional services that help you with this as well, but there's no reason that you can't try this at home too, right? So journaling can help you improve your mindset greatly. And I know that is something that I have experienced firsthand on when I am consistent in my journaling practice and when I am always mindful of coming to my journaling practice with a sense of body image and body positivity and body acceptance, in with all my other things I do. I really always try and be mindful to at least have a portion of my practice relating to that. So how can we start to journal for a better body image? So today I wanted to share with you a couple quick tips in your own journey that you can start to do today, and it can take you as little as 10 minutes, which I think that's also the stigma that society gives journaling, is that you're expected to sit down for an hour with no distractions, and that's just simply not the case, right? It doesn't matter who you are. Life is busy and we oftentimes don't take enough time for ourselves anyway. So why not be able to take 10 minutes for yourself and do this for your own self-care for your own personal growth, stuff like that, and to improve your body image, right? So how to start journaling for a better body image. So if you're ready to get started, you could have a journal if you wanted to grab a journal while we're doing this, or you could watch a replay after. And but these are really simple practices that you can incorporate pretty easily into your life. So of course you need a journal and a pen, and you should just really pick that time each day that you're able to sit down and get writing. So for everyone, that's going to look different too. Like for me, I like journaling when my morning begins. It's not always like actual morning time. It could be 10:35 in the morning, but choosing what time works for you. So if you're an early riser, you might want to take that 10 minutes in the morning. If you're more of a night owl, then pick a time in the evening. So these are just some small tips that I'm going to be sharing with you guys on that you can start to do to incorporate this into your journaling practice. So the first thing you can do is write down a few body positive affirmations or mantras. So these are, taking the time to write in a positive way about your body could actually change the way in which you see it. So the thing with this practice is keeping it very few, like only do maybe 2 or 3 and write them in your journal. And it actually, you might be surprised to realize that it might have that, positive effect on how you feel that day. So really just connecting to your body, like all of the practices that I share, it really comes back to the connection to ourselves. And so while you're doing these things, just being so mindful to notice how you feel either as you're doing them or how your day went after you did them. And that's going to help you to do that. And so where to find some body positive mantras, there is a lot of them out there. You could just Google search body positive mantras, body positive affirmations, and you're going to get more than you know what to do with. But if you specifically have a certain issue that is currently weighing on your heart, then maybe you want some help creating an affirmation that has to do with that. And I actually, now that I've said that, I have a really great free training within my community, Self-Love at Any Size, where I really take you through how to create an affirmation. So this could be an amazing little practice that you go through to even start to figure out what affirmations or mantras you want to use. So the link to the group's in the description in case you don't know. And then moving on, so our next thing that we can do to journal for a better body image is to keep things short and sweet. So like I said already, you might not have time to write for an hour a day, and that's okay. There's actually probably few people that actually do have that much time on their hands. So that's why really, and I'm a firm believer in this, to keep things short and sweet. You only need to set aside 10 minutes or less when you first start out, and maybe that's where you end it too. Like I will honestly say that my journaling practices usually aren't more than 10 minutes either. And so really making sure that you keep things short and sweet is just going to ensure that this activity is manageable for you. And that probably means that you're more likely to stick with it in the long run, right? So pretty simple. So moving on to our next little tip is to rate how you feel each day. So as you are journaling, you're going to need to keep track of your overall progress, right? So that's a really good way to monitor whether something is working for you or not. So rating how you feel each day is important. So one way you can do this is to simply keep a rating in the corner of your journal of how you feel each day. For example, you could give yourself a mark out of 10. So 1 being the lowest level of emotion and 10 being the highest. So 1, you might be feeling horrible and low and, beating yourself up and having that negative self-talk, where a 10, you might be feeling pretty optimistic, pretty positive. You're kind of accepting your body today and you're respecting it. So just making a system that works for you and your personality, but really that rating system is so good in just that kind of mindfulness aspect of really just giving it a number and saying, this is where I'm at today. And that's okay, right? If you're at a low number that day, that's okay. It's not to say that the goal is to always be a 10. But hopefully by doing these practices consistently, you'll start to see an improvement over time, more consistently, right? Because even if you are a 10, if you feel like you have done so much work in your journey to body acceptance, there will still be days that you will have a low day, like a 2 or a 3. That's just the world, and that's just us as humans. We very much ebb and flow with our energy and our happiness level, and that there's so many determining factors that come into that. But really just rating how you feel is just that awareness, right? Of bringing yourself into that present moment and just rating how you feel that day about your body. And then finally, my last little bit of advice for you guys is to don't give up, because when you first start out, you might feel that it's super easy to journal, which, it typically does feel that way. But after a week or so, your passion or your consistency for journaling could kind of deteriorate, right? So the thing with all of this stuff, with all of the things I teach, is that consistency is key, and that this is a journey. It's not, I'm going to do this for a week and I'm going to be cured and it's all going to be fine, because that's not how this works. And that's the thing with all of the work that I do with women is, coming to the understanding that this is a journey and it's not a checklist. It's not a to-do list. Like, yes, there are things we can do to walk towards that way of being, but consistency is key. And those kind of like lifestyle changes within your life, that you can make this a part of your day to day, and it's just going to keep getting better and better, right? So another thing that's fun to do is to reward yourself with a little something each time you complete a writing session, so that you keep going, right? And it could be something as simple as even having a coffee after you've journaled, or I like to coffee with my journal, but and some things you can do. Yeah, there's just so many different ways you can kind of help yourself to keep motivated with it. You could, I know it depends on your personality type for sure, but I've seen people do star little stickers that they get every time that they complete a session, or maybe it's I don't know. There's so many little rewards you could do, and it doesn't have to be things extravagant. It doesn't have to be stuff like that. You can just come up with your own system that works for you, because we're all going to be different. So while journaling won't, unfortunately, solve all of life's little problems, it could really help, and there's research done around this, it could really help to boost your mood and level of body positivity. So with that in mind, there's never been a better time to get started. So I encourage you to try these things out today, and that the sooner that you get moving with this self-care activity, the sooner you'll be able to start kind of reaping the rewards from it, right? And just being consistent. And there's so many different things that can help with the consistency piece. It might be having an accountability partner that you're doing this with. It might be having communities online or in person that you can talk to these things about. There's just so many more ways that we can really support this practice. But really the biggest thing is to start and just keep going. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope that you might consider trying these little tips to start journaling for a better body image. A couple things to chat about before I pop out of here. I don't even think I have a graphic up. I don't. So I do have a couple ways that you can move forward with journaling after you've tried this practice of, simple practice of the body positive journaling, like the rating yourself and stuff like that. Like I described today, steps moving forward would be to maybe invest in a couple different options that I have for you to continue your journey of journaling. I have a printed published journal that is called the Find Your Magic, A Journey to Self-Love Through Journaling, which is actually a journal and a course. It takes you through weekly journal prompts for 7 weeks, and the course actually just kind of adds more of a personal touch to it from myself. So along with the journal, you would be having access to weekly meditations, weekly yoga practices to just really guide you on that journey of, finding that self-love, finding that self-acceptance, self-respect, all those different things that we work towards in our lives. So that is all I had for you guys today. So I hope this was helpful, and let me know in the comments if you plan to try some of these journal prompts today and how you have found them for you in your journey. So I hope you guys have the best day, and we will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.